What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? This your boy, man, Rez Joe, up on here once again. I'm here to make another video, another boxing video. I'm going to say my name one more time. I go by the name of Rez Joe Boxing. This is the channel. I got a real interesting video for you guys today. And we about to go ahead and get right into it, man. So check this out. I made a video and it seems like it inspired a lot of people to basically make videos. And I made a video pretty much talking about comparing Bud Crawford's record with Errol Spence's record to basically get rid of these myths that, you know, Errol Spence record, Terrance Crawford record is full of a bunch of bums and all this kind of stuff these guys be making up. So since then, I've been seeing like random boxing channels making videos, and one really caught my eyes. This other video about Terrance Crawford again. Now I don't know if this video is just basically just to respond to my video, because probably, you know, BFTB seen my video about Terrance Crawford. I guess he don't have an argument for Terrance Crawford and Errol Spence, so he wanted to put Devin Haney in there. And I'm about to just give my opinion on this video. I'm gonna react to the video, and then I'm just gonna give my opinion about the video. And I'm just gonna see where he's going with it. But far as I only looked at the first part of this video, and far as what I see in the first part of this video, I already see that this guy is just being disingenuous. And I think even BFTB know that right now he's being disingenuous by the standards that he's already setting to make this video. So I'm just gonna go into the video. I'm gonna tell y'all the disagreements I have about the video, the flawed logic in the video, and how it don't make absolutely no sense on how he's basically comparing these records. I mean, these guys has come up with their own standards to compare records. I mean, the way these guys debate with random questions. They don't even debate claims. In an actual debate, you're supposed to have a claim, and then you're supposed to support the claim with evidence and facts. And the person that's going against your claim is supposed to rebut your claim with evidence and facts. Not, I'm going to come up with a question that nobody knows about, and then you're going to rant on and monologue about the question. So we about to go ahead and go into this video, and let's see if he's going to support his claim with facts, or let's see if his hypothesis is basically, or his claim is actually flawed from the very beginning. And let's see if I'm basically going to be able to rebut his claim. So his video is Devin Haney is better than Terrance Crawford. I mean, and I guess he's going to base this off Terrance Crawford, him and Devin Haney's record. That's from what I've seen. Which that don't actually make you better, but for some reason he think it does. But these guys love to talk about records. So, and I think my video, and I'm just going to say it again, I think my video really expired this whole comparing record stuff. So let's do it.
Haney right now versus Terrance Bud Crawford, the exact same age. I'm going to show y'all once again, Devin is far better than anybody at the exact same time in their career.
Now check this out. He's being very disingenuous because he's basing this off of age alone. He's not basing this off of experience. He's not basing this off of a number of fights they had. He's not basing this off of accomplishments either. He's basing this off of how old Terrance Crawford was when he was 26. So when Terrance Crawford was 26, how much did he accomplish when he was 26 versus how much did Devin Haney accomplish right now? Because right now Devin Haney is 26. So that's all he's looking at. He's not looking at anything else. And that's why I say this is already starting off to be disingenuous. Because let's look into it. When Terrance Crawford started boxing around 2008. March 14, 2008. That was his debut, right? Terrance Crawford started boxing around that time. Devin Haney didn't start boxing until 2015. Right? Now he's comparing Devin Haney's whole record to Terrance Crawford, not even whole record, right? So he's comparing Terrance Crawford record when he was 26. When Terrance Crawford was 26, Terrance Crawford was around maybe, I say 20. He only had 22 fights at the time, right? So when Terrance Crawford was 26 years old, Terrance Crawford only been fighting for 5 years. Versus when Devin Haney right now being 26 years old, Devin Haney been fighting for 10 years, right? Because if you do the math, from 2008 to 2013, that's only 5 years. Devin Haney, from 2015 to 2025, that's 10 years. So what he's doing is he's comparing Devin Haney 10-year career versus Terrance Crawford 5-year career. And he's saying who have done more. Now, I'm about to show y'all on how disingenuous this actually is later on in the video. But just keep that in mind that he's comparing somebody that has been boxing professionally for 10 years and he's adding up all the accomplishments he have in 10 years versus somebody that have only been boxing for 5 years. But not even the same technology, social media, and all that. 2008 didn't have the same social media that we have right now. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had the same stuff that we got, that Devin Haney got the luxury of having right now. I mean, 2008 didn't even have the same channels we got right now on YouTube. So, I mean, this is what he's comparing. But besides all of that, remember, he's comparing a 5-year career to a 10-year career and going. Just keep that point in mind. is already
26
is
years.
already disingenuous.
Terrance Crawford was 26 in 2013.
Exactly. So at least he's accurate there. So Terrance Crawford was 2013. Terrance Crawford was 26 years old, which means and Terrance Crawford started boxing when he was Terrance Crawford started boxing in 2008, which means that Terrance Crawford have only been boxing for 5 years, versus Devin Haney, who have been boxing since 2015, and he's 26 years old right now, and he have been boxing for 10 years. This is the comparisons. This is the comparison that he have. Now, it would be more fair if he would look at Terrance Crawford 10-year career when he look at what did Terrance Crawford did in a 10-year span versus Devin Haney in a 10-year span. That would be more fair. But no, he can't be fair because this ain't nothing but just I want to shit on Terrance Crawford show. This don't even have nothing to do with Devin Haney. I don't have nothing against Devin Haney. Terrance Crawford don't have anything against Devin Haney. This is just basically these guys are seriously mad at, for some silly reason, these guys are mad at Terrance Crawford for absolutely no reason.
That's when he was 26. Devin Haney is 26 right now.
Exactly. In 2013, Terrance Crawford was 26. He started boxing in 2008. Devin Haney started boxing in 2015, and he's 26 right now. That's 10 years versus 5. So don't you think that you need to say, well, let me look at Terrance Crawford's career when 10 years after 2008? Because that would be 2018. But we about to go into it. Keep that in mind, too. What he should be doing is saying, let's look at Terrance Crawford's career 10 years, right? And look at Devin Haney's career right now. Right? Which would be 2018, Devin Haney 2025. That's what he should be doing. But will he do that? No. I mean, but I just want y'all to ask me. I just want y'all to put in the comments, don't that make more sense? Ain't it more fair to compare apples to apples? Hey, this is what Devin Haney did in 10 years, and this is what his record looked like over the 10 years, and this is what Terrance Crawford did in 10 years, and this is what the record looked like going into these 10 years. And the Terrance Crawford still have a cutoff point. That would be actually comparing apples to apples. Not in my opinion. That's actual facts if you're going to look at the numbers. But if you're just going to say, well, I'm going to look at it when Terrance Crawford was 26 and when Devin Haney was 26. Yeah, but when Terrance Crawford was 26, he only boxed for 5 years. So you knocking off 5. So you giving Devin Haney a 5-year advantage over Terrance Crawford. Not to even mention all the other advantages that Devin Haney had. But let's just go.
So, comparing the two, apples to apples, what Devin did at 26 and what Bud did at 26. Let's just take a peek. So Terrance Bud Crawford at 26 years old.
And I think it's silly though that he think he's so confident, and I mean, he know it's bullshit, but he's like real confident about it too. It's bullshit anyway. Like nobody else. I mean, I guess when you talk to a bunch of idiots, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of people that don't know shit about boxing, a bunch of people that don't know nothing about comparing records, you will be confident. Because I mean, some from the outside looking in, you go, oh yeah, when Terrance Crawford was 26, let's look at what he did, and when Devin Haney was 26, let's look at what he did. Assuming as if when Terrance Crawford turned 26, he had a 10-year career, versus Devin Haney when he was 26, he had a 10-year career, which is not true. But if you don't know that, and you ain't actually studying this stuff and looking at records and stuff, if you're not like a boxing geek, you will totally miss that point.
Hadn't fought not one lineal fighter at all. Not one top 5 fighter at all.
I think, this. Okay, let me just get right into this. This is totally just stupid anyway. First off, the lineal ranking is trash anyway, and then Terrance Crawford again only been boxing for 5 years anyway. So, I mean, should he be fighting a lineal? Should he be fighting like a lineal champion, or should he be fighting a lineal fighter? I mean, the lineal fighters can literally not fight champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a linear fighter who is just based off rankings that's based off of really politics. They don't even have to even fight linear champions. Like, they don't even have to be like even contenders, some of them. Like, I could pull up a lot of examples of that. So that's just nonsense. What Terrance Crawford should be doing with a 5-year career is exactly what he did. Trying to fight for a title. He fought all these bums. You know, because I'm on Wikipedia, because these guys act like they don't like Boxing Rec, but I could look at Boxing Rec. He fought all these bums, right? Until like 2013. Then he fought better guys. He fought Breedis Prescott, and then he fought this Sembrio, this guy name. I do not know how to say this guy name. I'm sorry, y'all. Then he fought Andre Kilmore, whatever his name is. He fought these guys. These guys were C-class fighters at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, Prescott went on to be a bum afterwards. But, I mean, that's after Terrance Crawford TKO'd his ass. But this guy was supposed to be some type of threat to Terrance Crawford. And this is when Terrance Crawford first got with Bob Arum and all of them. Terrance Crawford wasn't with Bob Arum and them when he first started out. He got with Bob Arum later on in his career, like around this time in his career. He started fighting these guys with Bob Arum and them. And then he went on and fought Prescott. Then he went on and fought this guy. Then he went on and fought Prescott in 2013. And then he went on to fight fight these 3 guys. Now, when he went and fought Prescott, he went on and fought for the WBO title, which means that Terrance Crawford was fighting a contender, and Prescott at the time was a contender. Right? So even if you want to try to play the game and say that, well, Terrance Crawford wasn't fighting no linear champions, who gives a shit? Terrance Crawford was fighting fucking contenders for a title. And Terrance Crawford went on to win a lightweight title. Now, was it a regular lightweight title? Let's take a look real fast. For the lineal lightweight title or the North American Boxing Association. So it was like a regular championship, the WBO regular championship. It was a vacant title. And then Terrance Crawford went on to fight. Then Terrance Crawford basically defended the title. He basically defended the title against Andre Kovalev. And then he went on to fight for the actual WBO title, which was Ricky Barnes. But he wanted to compare Terrance Crawford when he was 26. I mean, if we want to keep it funky and want to keep it technical, we can say, well, Terrance Crawford was still 26 in 2014 when he fought Ricky Barnes. But I mean, I give him that. But at least Terrance Crawford was fighting 3 contenders at the time, and then he went on to win the lightweight championship in his 23rd fight. Now, I could say in his 21st fight, he won the WBO regular title, right? And then he went on to fight. Then he went on to fought Ricky Barnes for the WBO lightweight championship. Right? So I don't know what the hell you were suspecting for him to do in 5 years. I think that's a huge accomplishment in 5 years. To have 21 fights, never been beat in anything. And then went on to win a lightweight championship, which means that Terrance Crawford is a title holder. So whatever you're going to say, he was a title holder at this time. You're just making a stupid argument. Oh, well, he ain't fighting no linear. He ain't fighting no top 5 fighters. What do you mean? He gonna only fight fighters in his division. What are you talking about? And how is these guys not top 5 anyway when these guys is contending for the title? You on crack?
Not one lineal champion at all. He had 21 fights.
Okay, 21 fights. Terrance Crawford won the WBO regular title. Lightweight championship. Okay. He definitely was a champion.
fought anybody. Not one person.
He's claiming he ain't fight nobody, but somehow he had 21 fights and he won a championship. Make this make sense, bro.
The guys that he was known for. It's Andre Klimov.
Wait a minute, Andre Klimov, you say he ain't fight nobody. He want to call these guys bums. These guys were C-class fighters. I guess C-class fighters is bums to these guys.
Alejandro Sanabria.
Sanabria was pretty good, though.
An old bum-ass Breeze Prescott.
Oh, Prescott wasn't a bum at that time. Prescott only had 4 losses, and 2 of them was robberies. And, I mean, you could make a case for that. But he wasn't a bum at the time. And then, again, Terrance Crawford, this is when Terrance Crawford first got with Top Rank. And he's going to fight. He's trying to fight for a title. He's fighting contenders. He's fighting better competition. I mean, what should he be doing on his 21st fights? Some people fight 30 bums. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, he's fighting contenders now. And you don't know if these guys bums yet.
Who we fought on short notice. This is it.
And he fought and you admitting that Terrance Crawford fought him most. Now, I wasn't even going to bring that up, but Terrance Crawford fought Prescott on short notice. You know what I'm saying? Somebody backed out of the fight. But he fought Prescott on short notice as well.
This is it. That is Terrance Crawford. The great #1 pound for pound.
And he's still #1 pound for pound. I mean, nothing's going to change that.
Terrance Crawford at 26 years old. 2013.
Yeah, and in 5 years in his career. 2013 is 5 years in his career. He fought for a WBO regular championship, and he won it. And then later on, the very next year after that, the very next year, he went on to fight Ricky Barnes for the WBO lightweight championship. Pretty regular. Pretty standard for a Hall of Fame career right there. I mean, that's pretty good to only been fighting for like 5 or 6 years. Pretty good.
Yeah, so let's talk about what Devin was doing.
Now look how disingenuous he is. Now he's claiming, let's look what Devin was doing at this time, as if Terrance Crawford and Devin Haney was fighting around the same time, as if Terrance Crawford and Devin Haney started in 2008, and this is what Terrance Crawford was doing, and this is what Devin Haney was doing. You see how disingenuous he is? Even if he want to say, well, let's look at what Devin Haney was doing, because I'm comparing Terrance Crawford in his 10-year career versus Devin Haney in his 10-year career. But you're not comparing 10 years to 10 years. You're comparing 5 years to 10 years.
When he was 26. Now, before I talk about this, I need to address something before I talk about it.
What do you got to address? Now, let's see. Is he going to address that he's only comparing Terrance Crawford? He's comparing Devin Haney 10-year career to Terrance Crawford 5-year career. Is he going to be honest and say, well, I'm only talking about Terrance Crawford career for 5 years versus Devin Haney career for 10 years and make up an excuse for that? Because there's no excuse for it. Is he going to do that, or is he going to make up some bullshit right now? Let's just see how disingenuous or how ignorant is BFTB is about to be right now.
Crawford had the machine up to him. He had the top-ranked machine.
Top rank? What?
Devin Haney did not.
What the fuck is he talking about? Terrance Crawford didn't get what Bob Aaron. Listen, bro. Terrance Crawford didn't get what Bob Aaron and them until maybe 2011, 2012. Terrance Crawford was with Bob Aaron. Let's just say Terrance Crawford was with Bob Aaron and them his whole career. Let's just say that. Let's say Terrance Crawford was with Bob Aaron and them since the first fight, which he wasn't. Terrance Crawford already admitted that he wasn't. But let's just say, because Terrance Crawford said he wasn't making no money in none of these fights. So let's just say Bob Aaron was in his career. Why would Bob Aaron put somebody like Terrance Crawford, who he don't know, who he probably only know from amateurs, right? Because Terrance Crawford ain't had like some great amateur career, right? Why would Bob Arum put Terrance Crawford over all the other fighters that he have to make his career so great? Bob Arum got to care about the other fighters too that came before Terrance Crawford. So Terrance Crawford got to literally wait in line for an opportunity for Bob Arum to basically present himself. And it got to make sense for Bob Arum. It got to make sense for Bob Arum to make money off of Terrance Crawford. So who gives a shit? What? So it's no machine. What are you talking about? Terrance Crawford pretty much had to work for everything that he got. There's no machine behind Terrance Crawford. So that's nonsense. You talking absolute nonsense. Now versus Devin Haney, where Devin Haney had Bill Haney, which is his father, where Devin Haney is his number one priority, which means Devin Haney get full focus with his manager. His manager is fully devoted to him. That Bill Haney got Devin Haney in there with Mayweather. Bill Haney got Devin Haney in there with Eddie Hearn. Bill Haney got Devin Haney in there with maybe Top Rank. So he got somebody that got all these connections. That's working. Terrance Crawford don't got that. He don't got no undivided attention from Bob Arum. So that's nonsense. So no, he don't have a full machine behind him. That's a myth. And that's nonsense, and he know that's nonsense. Why would Bob Arum neglect like people like, I mean, at this time, why would he neglect people like freaking Pacquiao? Bob Arum had Pacquiao. Why would he neglect Pacquiao and these other fighters and pick Terrance Crawford, somebody he just picked up off the street? Like, they don't even make no sense, bro. I mean, and then Bob Arum was even saying stuff like, well, I don't want Terrance Crawford to even fight Pacquiao because I know that because I think it would be bad for Pacquiao. So you got Bob Arum admitting that he wouldn't even put Terrance Crawford in fights because it would look bad for his other fighter that he got to make money with. So that just lets you know that Bob Arum he don't have the full machine, that Terrance Crawford don't have a full machine behind him, because the damn machine is basically telling him that, hey, I'm going to hold your career back because I'm still working with this guy. So that's absolute nonsense that he's talking about right there. So no, Terrance Crawford did not have the full machine of Top Rank behind him. That's bullshit. Even if you want to say that Terrance Crawford had Bob Arum and Top Rank behind him since the beginning of his career, which he didn't. Bob Arum ain't started getting involved with Terrance Crawford until maybe 2012. 2012 and maybe 2012, 2013. That's when Bob Arum and them started dealing with Terrance Crawford.
Haney had worked with everybody, all the promotional companies. He had went all over the place. I mean, he hadn't worked with Top Rank yet. He had worked with Showtime. He had worked with Matchroom. He had worked with these guys.
Right. So that means that Devin Haney had more. That means that Devin Haney had more wiggle room, and plus Devin Haney had Bill Haney. Terrance Crawford don't got no Bill Haney, and Bill Haney is the one that's interacting with these guys. So you got a father that's making you his number one priority, getting in a room with these guys. Terrance Crawford don't got these guys. He don't got nobody like Bill Haney on his team. Terrance Crawford's career would be a whole lot different right now if he had somebody like Bill Haney supporting him. I think it would be a good idea for Terrance Crawford to get Bill Haney to basically be his manager.
Went everywhere they need to be to get fights, but because he was trying to do it his way, because he was trying to make sure that he could get to a position where he fights the fights that we want to see him fight, that he wants to fight, the big name fights. He wouldn't lock himself in. So,
what the fuck does this got to do with this fucking record? This don't got shit to do with his record. And the reason why, and it's not, and none of the shit you talking about is true, is because he got somebody like Bill Haney who could get in the rooms with all these guys and make these fights, who have more knowledge about the boxing game than Terrance Crawford and Bomac. That's the difference. Bill Haney know Mayweather personally. Bill Haney know Bob them. He know Eddie Hearn and them. He know these guys. And Bill Haney's a hustler. So what are you talking about, bro?
One of these promotional companies who try to dictate what they do with him.
Look, he can't even talk straight because he know he talking bullshit.
He shelf him at any time. See, Terrance Crawford had the machine behind him, where he wasn't.
He didn't have no fucking machine behind. I just explained to y'all that he didn't have the machine behind him. I'm not about to explain it again. He didn't have the machine behind him. He talking nonsense.
He wasn't going to get shelved at all. He had the powerful top rank with Cameron Duncan.
What did you talk? You just said that Devin Haney was working with multiple promotional teams. Devin Haney wasn't shelved neither, or else he wouldn't never be able to have none of the accomplishments that he have right now.
And all these guys and Bob Arum manipulating the scenes for him. And at 20,
was he? Because I'm pretty sure that Bob Arum basically said that he didn't want Terrance Crawford to fight Pacquiao, and that was the reason. One of the reasons why Terrance Crawford left Bob Arum was because Bob Arum was holding Terrance Crawford back.
He 1-0. He hadn't fought one lineal rank fighter, one former champion, one top 5 guy. He hadn't fought anybody.
I don't know why he's trying to say he haven't fought nobody. I just explained that too. He did fight. He did actually fight somebody. He fought for a WBO title. Even if you want to say that it's a vacant title, it's still a title. So I don't know where he's getting. He didn't fight nobody shit from. I'm about to show y'all something too when you get to Devin Haney. I just want to be fair.
21 fights with the full machine behind him. Devin.
That's a cap, and he's capping. He know his argument don't make sense. He's being very disingenuous with his argument. Because first off, you're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing a 10-year career versus a 5-year career. That's cut and dry. You're being disingenuous instead of comparing a 10-year career versus a 10-year career. Now you're trying to say that you're trying to make an argument saying that Devin Haney had a disadvantage. No, he didn't. Because Devin Haney's father was able to work with pretty much all these promotional companies to get Devin Haney the fights that he wanted. So he had a team, a machine behind him. The machine was Devin Haney. Devin Haney is his own promotional company. He was the machine.
Without the machine, and an upstart boxing company named DAZN, who Devin partnered with, did this. He fought 6 lineal fighters. He fought top 5 fighters.
I mean, he should. I mean, he's been fighting for 10 years.
I mean, 3 top 5 fighters, and all 3 of them were number 1. And he fought a lineal champion.
Okay, name the top 5 fighters.
That's whereas Terrance Crawford didn't do a damn thing. Nothing. Devin Haney fought his way to the mandatory to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. Lomachenko ducked him. Now, Terrance Crawford fought his way to the mandatory to old buddy from overseas. Who cares about him?
What the fuck is he talking about? He said old buddy for overseas. He's not going to say his name? Ricky Barnes? Is he talking about Ricky Barnes, y'all? The WBO lightweight title? What is he talking about? Or is he talking about Agila Sabria, wherever his name is? I mean, he just said his name. These are the only 2 guys that Terrance Crawford fought that was champions. What you talking about, bro?
Here's what his damn name is, to be honest.
Because you can't say his name. I can't say his name neither, but he wasn't a bum. So, I mean, you could laugh, giggle. You can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. The guy was 21-0 at the time. He wasn't a bum. I mean, these are the guys that Terrance Crawford should be fighting. He only been boxing for 5 years at this point. These are the guys that Terrance Crawford should be fighting. Now, he's being very disingenuous with Devin Haney's career because he's comparing Devin Haney's whole career, y'all. He's not comparing Terrance Crawford's whole career. He's comparing Devin Haney's whole career, though. But if we're going to look at this, fight the fight, right? Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Devin Haney, 21st fight, he fought some guy. I don't even know this guy. I definitely don't know this guy's name. Devin Haney won his first. He won his first U.S. What's this? USB International. This is not even even a title, but if we're gonna call this a title, he won his first title. He won his first title. I mean, this is his first title, right? If you want to call this a title, he won it in his 19th fight. It's not really a real title. Then he won the IBF North American lightweight title, which is not really it's like a regular title. He beat June Carlos Vargas. Okay, I don't know if he's trying to say that Vargas is a lineal fighter. He wasn't at the time, so he beat him. Then he beat this guy in his 21st fight. He beat this guy for the WBO title. So this is his real title that he won. The rest of these titles are bullshit titles. He beat this guy for the Intercontinental WBO title, right? Which he won. In his 21st fight, 2019, right? So this is 2005, 2019. So this is around the same amount of years. You see what I'm saying? The same amount of years Terrance Crawford fought, right? But then he retained the same title, right? He retained the same title against this guy. I don't know who this guy is. He retained the same title in 2020. He defended the title pretty much twice. He fought Gamboa. 5 years. So you could probably say Gamboa. You could probably say Gamboa was I don't even know if Gamboa was even a top 5 fighter at this time, because Terrance Crawford already beat him. He already lost 3 times. So I can't even say that Gamboa was a top 5 fighter, or Gamboa was a linear champion, or anything he's trying to claim. But if you want to compare apples to apples, Terrance Crawford and Devin Haney pretty much got the same damn career. They defending literally the same title. It's just that Devin Haney's basically defending the WBC title, right? He had the WBA interim title, and he got the WBC interim title, and he just basically defended interim titles. Where Terrance Crawford won the WBO with not interim title, and he won the actual WBO World Championship title, the certified one, the actual one, not an interim one. So you got Devin Haney defending an interim title versus Terrance Crawford defending a WBO title. Now, I'm not going to knock Devin Haney for winning a title in 5 years, but if you're looking at it from fight to fight, Terrance Crawford and Devin Haney are champions. And they defending it pretty much almost. I mean, Terrance Crawford is defending a better title. He's defending an actual. I'd just say he's defending the title better in status. But he is a champion, and Devin Haney is a champion. In 5 years, Devin Haney was defending the lightweight championship. In 5 years, Terrance Crawford was defending the lightweight championship. Pretty much the same career. They pretty much got the title around a 20th or 21st fight. The same exact career. When Terrance Crawford was fighting for 5 years, he had a championship in 21 fights. When Devin Haney was fighting for 5 years, he had a championship in 21 fights. Wasn't a real championship, but it was at least a championship. The same career, bro. But he don't want. But see, he's so dishonest. He don't even want to say that. He don't even want to say, "Oh yeah, when Devin Haney was fighting for 5 years, he won. He was just a lightweight champion. He only had one title." When Terrance Crawford was fighting for 5 years, when he was 26, he had a lightweight title. Pretty much the same career, bro. I'm telling you, these guys are just clowning, bro. I don't know if they trolling. I don't know if they trying to troll us, but these guys don't know what the fuck either, or they don't know what they're talking about. It's either one of the two. I would like to believe that they don't know what. I would like to believe they trolling. But this is the same career, bro. The same career. 21st fight, WBO title. 21st fight, WBO title. 23rd fight, he fought for the lightweight championship. 23rd fight, he won the interim title. What is we doing, bro? What is we doing, bro? What is we doing, bro? I mean, did I already win this debate already, or should we keep going? And look at him laughing. He know this is bullshit, though. BFTB know this is bullshit, y'all.
Don't nobody care. But he did.
Now you gonna say, "Oh, don't nobody care?" Well, he won a championship. It doesn't even matter if you don't care. The facts, you only supposed to be comparing the records and what they accomplished. As far as what Terrance Crawford accomplished in 5 years versus what Devin Haney accomplished in 5 years, they both accomplished in winning a title. It's just that Terrance Crawford won an actual title. I mean,
he fought his way to be the mandatory, but when he fought the guy, it's 27. So it doesn't even count.
What the fuck is he? What? What? What did he say? He said, who is he talking about? Okay. Hold up. Okay. Crack is a hell of a drug, bro. Okay. He do know he's talking about he's talking about this guy, bro. He said when he fought Terrance Crawford, he was 27, right? Okay. He do know this guy only lost 2 fights. Right? And the only fight that he actually lost was against Terrance Crawford, bro. He do know this guy was an actual beast, bro. Who gives a shit how old he was? Who cares? What the fuck do that even got to do with anything? What that got to do with he was 27, so it don't even what is you talking about? This dude was beating the shit out of everybody, bro. Look at this. Split decision. TKO. Unanimous decision. KO. Unanimous decision. TKO. This dude was beating the fuck out of people. What is he talking about, bro? Is he on crack or something? What is you talking about, bro? He literally only lost 1 fight before Terrance Crawford. He didn't lose no more fights. Well, you can say, oh, he ain't fight no more. Doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that look at his record. His record is 34-2. He only been knocked out once. That's by Terrance Crawford. Are you trying to say, oh, he was a bum too? Dude, come on now. He was 33-1 when he fought Terrance Crawford. That's not a bum record. You a clown if you're saying that he's a bum when he's 33-1. Oh, he was 27. So Terrance Crawford is 37, about to fight freaking Canelo Alvarez, bro. Fuck is you talking about? Devin Haney is 26. And how is that even an argument? How do that even make sense? How is that an argument? He was 27. So what do that even, bro? What do that even mean? He was 27. What do that even mean? So what? He was beating the shit out of everybody too at 27. He was beating the hell out of everybody. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck do you mean? What do that even mean? He was 27. What do that mean? So what? What do that mean, bro? What do that mean, bro? That shit, like these guys don't even be making sense. They just be saying stupid shit out their mouth. Then Terrance Crawford went and fought this guy, who's not a bum. I mean, he literally, before Terrance Crawford beat the shit out of him, he was beating the shit out of everybody. I mean, after Terrance Crawford beat him, he went on to win 3 more fights, and then he started getting his ass kicked because he started fighting better fighters. Around these, Terrance Crawford and these guys is around the same in their career. They're fighting higher competition, and they just can't compare it to the higher competition. He tried to go to 140, and he ended up getting his ass kicked. It's not Terrance Crawford fault that, hey, you was looked at to be the guy to beat me, and I beat your ass, and then you went on trying to follow my career, and you got your ass kicked. That ain't my fault.
Here at all. Devin became the WBC champion because Vasil Lomachenko got the franchise belt and refused to fight Devin.
Now this is like way late in his career. This is like way late.
His very next fight, he fought one of the lineal fighters that he fought.
He's saying Gamboa is a lineal. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, this is hilarious, bro. Yeah, this is hilarious, man. Hey, check this out. Let's just look at this, bro. And you know what's crazy about this stupid shit right here, though? Terrance Crawford beat Gamboa. When Devin Haney fought Gamboa, that Gamboa was 30-3, right? How was Gamboa like a okay? I'll give him that. Gamboa was a linear champion. Okay, I'll give him that. He fought Gamboa in 2020, so that means he fought Gamboa in 2020, right? So this is 5 years in his career. If you want to go there, cool. It's 5 years in his career, but Gamboa is already damaged goods at this time. I mean, we could look at Gamboa's career. He was already damaged goods because you want to use that logic with Terrance Crawford and say, oh, well, these guys was bums, and you're going to say that Samjir, whatever that guy did, who only lost 2 fights, Gamboa ended up losing. Hold on, Gamboa ended up losing 5 fights, bro. Fuck is you talking about? And he got knocked out 4 times, bro. Fuck is you talking about, dude? What the fuck you mean, bro? What the fuck is you talking about, bro? This dude only got knocked out once, bro. 34-2 versus Gamboa 30-5, bro. And he got knocked out 4 times. But he's a linear champion? Fuck out of here, bro. Gamboa got his ass knocked out 4 times. And guess what? Devin Haney ain't one of the niggas that knocked him out neither. Guess who was one of the niggas that knocked him out? And who was the first one that knocked him out? Terrance Bud Crawford. So Terrance Bud Crawford fought a better Gamboa than Devin Haney. Because Gamboa was 23-0 when Terrance Crawford fought him. When Devin Haney fought him, he already got his ass beat 4 times. What, 3 times? Gamboa fought him. He already got beat. He already got his ass beat. He got his ass knocked out twice, and then he got his ass beat by Alex Reyes. Fuck is you talking about? That's your linear champion that you comparing to Terrance Crawford, bro? Seriously? That's who you comparing to Terrance Crawford, bro? This what are you talking about? You on drugs, bro? I mean, listen, bro. Listen to this, bro. Listen to this. This guy is 34-2, right? I mean, even if you want to look at Devin Haney record, Devin Haney's only 32-0. Devin Haney's 32-0. Cool, but I mean, if Ryan Garcia didn't cheat, Devin Haney would have had a KO on his record. I ain't trying to go there, but I'm just keeping it all the way gully. So his record ain't that much better than Devin Haney. I mean, if we just go and compare apples to apples, like he want to play them games, but I ain't gonna play them games, bro. Because I know Devin Haney would dog walk this dude. This dude ain't nothing. He a featherweight. But I'm just saying, you throwing Gamboa in there like he's some type of big time. Didn't I tell y'all the linear rankings is bullshit, bro? Gamboa should not even be in top 5 nowhere. All that's politics, bro.
He's Gamboa. His next fight.
But again, he fought Gamboa. Gamboa is like probably his only linear fighter. But I mean, he fought Gamboa after Gamboa got knocked out by Terrance Crawford. You see what I'm saying? And after Gamboa got his ass beat by Gervonta Tank Davis. So it's like, okay, you doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then you doing that. And Devin Haney, and this is like what, way past like 5 years at this point. This is probably like going out of the 5 years time period. If we doing that, you know what I'm saying? So we doing that, we going out of the 5-year time period right now. We going out of the 5-year time period. When he fought Gamboa, he going out of the 5-year time period. So you can't talk about none of these other guys up here. Gamboa got to be the last guy to talk about. And at this time, Devin Haney was only was Devin Haney even the WBC champion at this time? Yeah, at this time, Devin Haney was only the WBC champion. That's when when Lomachenko didn't want to fight him. He didn't win the WBC belt. He just retained the WBC championship. He didn't win it. I don't even think did he even fight for it? No, he didn't even fight for it. He just retained it. That's why I say retained. Because he never won the WBC championship. Not Devin Haney's fault. But just being real. I'm just being all the way gully, bro. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. But at this time, Devin Haney only had one title. Right? He only had the WBC title. That's the only title that he had. The only like actual championship that Devin Haney had. And you got to stop this at Gamboa. You can't sit up here and say, "Oh, well, then he fought this guy. He fought this linear champion. He fought this linear champion. Then he went and fought Lomachenko." You can't even go there. You can't even talk about these guys. Now, if you're going to talk about these guys, then you're not being honest. You're not being real. You're comparing a 10-year career versus a 5-year career.
Another.
Yep, and look what he's doing. You can't even talk about this guy, and he's not a linear. He's not a top 5 fighter, and he's not a linear champion.
Linear fighter in Linares. His next fight was another in Jojo Diaz.
Jojo Diaz is trash.
He then fought George Kambosos for the linear, the WBA.
Right, you can't even talk about these guys, bro. You can't even talk about these guys. And the linear ranking is trash. Linear ranking is just another ranking system. I mean, to sit up here just basically say, oh, well, the linear ranking, and like, it's just another ranking system, bro. It's all really, honestly, politics anyway. Who cares? Who cares? But again, when Devin Haney fought Kambosos, he fought him twice. In 2022, this is already like 6-7 years in his career. Make this make sense, bro. Make this make sense, bro. And look at this. Look at this right here. Devin Haney with 1 title, just like Terrance Crawford. And what? Now let's compare. Now check this out. This was Devin Haney's 28th fight. He was fighting for undisputed, right? Well, no, 28th fight he was fighting for undisputed, right? Let's look at Terrance Crawford. Terrance Crawford went on to fight Ricky Barnes. He got the WBO lightweight title. That was the only title that he had. Then he went on and fought Gamboa in his 24th fight. I'm telling you, their career. I'm not even, bro. I'm not making this shit up, bro. I'm telling you, these niggas' careers is damn near identical. Devin Haney fought Gamboa in his 25th fight for the WBC title, to retain the WBC title. Terrance Crawford fought Gamboa. He fought Ricky Barnes, which is supposed to be a hard fight, and he fought Gamboa in his 24th fight to retain the WBO title. I'm not making this shit up, bro. Then he went on to fight Raimono, but I can't stand that guy. Terrance Crawford beat the hell out of him. He went on to fight him, right? And then I think Terrance Crawford moved up in weight around this time. Then he went and fought this Derry Jean guy. This Derry Jean guy is good, bro. This Derry Jean guy. See, he don't want to talk about these guys. This guy was good, bro. This guy was 32 and 2. He stopped boxing. He stopped fighting 2018 though. But he went on and still was whooping niggas' asses. But I think something happened with him. But this Derry Jean guy was good, bro. He was fucking everybody up. See, he don't want to talk about these guys. He don't want to talk about these guys. You see what I'm saying? He don't want to talk about these guys. This guy had 22 knockouts. He only got 1 TKO. That's against, what, Terrance Crawford? Yup, he only got 1 TKO, and he only lost 2 times and 1 draw. Definitely not a bum. But he don't want to talk about this guy. You see what I'm saying? You see how disingenuous it gets? And I think Derry Jean was better than Gamboa to me. I'm gonna just be honest. And then Terrance Crawford went on to fight Posto. Look, he beat Derry Jean for the WBO super lightweight championship. WBO super lightweight championship. Went on to go ahead and defend it right there. This is Terrance Crawford. Let's see what fight he fought Derry Jean. Derrick James. This is 27th fight. He defended the title. Then he fought Victor Posto for the WBC and vacant the Ring Magazine lightweight championship. Fought Victor Posto. And I know he fought Julian Endor in his 32 fight. In the 32 fight, he fought him. So he fought him for the undisputed, right? When Devin Haney fought Gamboa in his 28th fight, Devin Haney just became undisputed in 28 fights versus Terrance Crawford becoming undisputed in 32 fights. But pretty much from 21 fights and up, they just been defending lightweight titles. Devin Haney just became the undisputed at 135 pounds before Terrance Crawford became undisputed at 140 pounds. Then Devin Haney left that division. He beat Lomachenko, defended the undisputed title, left that division, and went on and fought Regis Prograis, right, for the WBC super lightweight title. The title Terrance Crawford had. And then he got, cheated by Ryan Garcia. And then you see it right here. So what is you talking about, bro? Terrance Crawford became undisputed with Ndago. Went on to beat Jeff Horn for the WBO title. You see what I'm saying? But again, this is way past when Terrance Crawford was 36. So, but you can see the careers is pretty much identical. It only get drastic for Devin Haney later on when Terrance Crawford went and beat Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Amir Khan, you know what I'm saying? And then he went and beat Errol Spence, bro. So it's like the career is just done there. I'm like, it's no comparison now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he went on to beat Errol Spence, became undisputed again. Then he went on to beat Isaac Beretta, who these guys like to say, he beat Terrance Crawford. It became the WBA intern light middleweight champion. What are we doing, man? Like, these niggas, like, stop it. Stop the cap. But they want to say 26-26. So we're going to keep it at 26 at 26. Okay, 26-26 is unfair because you're talking about you taking a 10-year career versus a 5-year career. But if you look at the 5-year career versus the 5-year career, they both really did the same thing. But if you look at their careers overall, you will see they basically was on the same course. They was fighting the same level fighters, and they overcame the same level fighters. Now, you can look at the performance and say who had the better performance, which is basically Terrance Crawford because he TKOing every goddamn body and knocking everybody the hell out. You see what I'm saying? With the same skills. But as far as if you comparing the apples to apples, what we doing? But let's listen to it.
The IBF and the WBO. Undisputed, and the WBC franchise, which I won't even put on here because it doesn't exist anymore. That's what he did. 23. He then went on to fight Vasyl Lomachenko in number 1. He then went on to move up to 140 and fight Regis Prograis, another number 1, for the WBC title at 140. He just fought Jose Ramirez. Now, if we're looking at Terrance Crawford and we want to stack these guys up together, what champions, former champions, did Terrance Crawford fight at this time? Let's see. Was Klimov one? Nope. Santa Maria? Nope. Regis Prescott? Nope.
Oh, okay.
He hadn't fought not one champion. This is how they stack up.
Bro, this dude is on crack, bro. I mean, I don't even got to keep on explaining this shit, bro. It's 5 years, and you comparing 5 years in his career versus another 5 years of career. I mean, because you could literally say that same thing about Devin Haney. If you're not going to count vacant titles, fighting for vacant championships, if you're not going to count vacant titles, then you could say the same thing about Devin Haney. Devin Haney fought for a vacant title in his 19th fight. That title was vacant. And then he fought for the IBS vacant title. That title was vacant. And then the title that he won, the WBC title, he didn't even fight for that title. They gave Devin Haney that title. So that's a vacant title. None of these guys was champions. And then you could say, you could literally say this the exact same thing about Devin Haney. Literally. The exact same thing about Devin Haney. I mean, matter of fact, one of the bad things to say, like one of the stigma that Devin Haney had before he became undisputed was that the WBC title was given to him. They was calling Devin Haney the email champion, which means that he didn't fight for the WBC title. So you could say Devin Haney didn't fight no champions until he fought Gambosis Jr. You can literally say the same thing. But again, I mean, what is you supposed to accomplish when you only been boxing for 5 years professionally? You see what I'm saying? Everybody is not Shakur Stevenson. With some Terrance Crawford didn't come from Olympic background. You know, he just jumped into the pros. He was trying to make some money. You see what I'm saying? So he accomplished a lot in his 5 years to be doing what he did. You see what I'm saying? But if you look at Devin Haney and Terrance Crawford record and you comparing it apples to apples, it's the same damn record. They won a championship in 21 fights. Both of them. Both of them. WBO lightweight championship. One's an interim title. Now, I don't consider it to be a title, but okay. And Terrance Crawford won a WBO. I don't even consider this to be a real title. Then Terrance Crawford went on in his 23rd fight and fought Ricky Barnes for the real title, WBO lightweight title. 23rd fight, I mean, Devin Haney, they gave him the WBC title, interim title. You could say he won that vacant title. This guy wasn't a champion. You see what I'm saying? So this is just absolute nonsense. And I'm guessing everything else he about to say is all hate.
A 2-division champion who was already undisputed, who fought 6 lineal fighters, 3 top 5s, all 3.
Yeah, he did that in 10 years. Now, compare Terrance Crawford in 10 years. Let's compare Terrance Crawford in 10 years. Okay. He started in 2008. Let's look at Terrance Crawford in 2018? Let's look at Terrance Crawford in 2018. Right? Terrance Crawford in 2018, and then Devin Haney is not a 2-time undisputed champion. What is he talking about? Fuck is he talking about? Devin Haney did not win the undisputed. He did not go undisputed 2 times. What is he talking about? Did he just say it? Hold on, let me rewind that.
Number 1s and lineal champions. 3 top 5s, all 3 number 1s and a lineal champion. 26. Terrance Boyd Crawford hadn't done any of that. So when we get to the final comparison here, at 26, Devin fought 7 former champions. He fought 3 unified champions. He fought 2 multi-division champions without the machine behind him, having to go overseas to fight for undisputed.
Nobody give a shit about that. That's a stupid argument. Anyway, I already dismantled that argument. You comparing a 10-year career versus a 5-year career. If you look at Devin Haney in his 5-year career versus Terrance Crawford in his 5-year career, Terrance Crawford and Devin Haney didn't fight no champions compared to you, according to you. But Terrance Crawford, his 5-year career, which would be 2013, like he said, he have already fought Prescott, and he's already fought for a title in his 21st fight, which is the WBO title. And then if you go like the year after, he went on to win the WBO title, right? But he won a title. You see what I'm saying? He fought for a vacant title, but he won a title. Devin Haney. You look at Devin Haney in his 5-year career, right? Which would be 2020. He fought Gamboa. Where Devin Haney fought for a vacant title, with Devin Haney retained a WBC lightweight championship that was given to him. He didn't fight for it. He didn't fight no vacant champion for it. He didn't do none of that. They gave him that belt because Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin Haney. So Devin Haney didn't fight for the WBC title. He fought for the WBC interim title, and they rewarded him the WBC lightweight championship because of Lomachenko. Let's just get that straight. Devin Haney did not win Devin Haney did not win a championship at this time. Devin Haney was rewarded that, and he fought for a vacant title, just like Terrance Crawford. So at this point in time in both of their careers, they was defending a lightweight championship, which would make them technically dead even. Now, what would be the tiebreaker would be when Terrance Crawford fought Gamboa. He knocked him the hell out. And when Devin Haney fought Terrance Gamboa, it was unanimous decision. Now, what will be another tiebreaker is you could say, well, Devin Haney won. He became undisputed at 135, and Terrance Crawford didn't. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Then by that time, in Terrance Crawford's career, he was already fighting super lightweights. So he was becoming undisputed in 32 fights and 140. Now you can say, well, Devin Haney became undisputed in 28 fights, and Terrance Crawford became undisputed in 32 fights. Okay. But Terrance Crawford also became undisputed at 147, which is a way harder division than lightweight and super lightweight. I don't care what none of y'all say. So, man, I'm about to go ahead in this video right now and basically say that this is bullshit. You comparing a guy 10-year career versus a guy 5-year career because you don't want to compare this guy whole career to him. Because you compare his whole career to him, it will be looking like, oh, well, yeah, he became undisputed 2 times, and now he's fighting Canelo Alvarez, where he could actually become undisputed 3 times. It didn't even be a freaking argument. Like, it's no reason to even argue this. I mean, it's already no reason to argue it because Terrance Crawford has been considered pound for pound best for many years now. So there's already no reason to even argue about it. But, you know, for some reason, these guys like to come up with this stupid shit about these records. And here it is, me yet again proving again that these guys' records is really not that much better than Terrance Crawford's record. These guys have just come up with nonsense, bro. I just showed y'all that Devin Haney fought the same amount of bums as Terrance Crawford, but these guys love to say that Terrance Crawford fought a bunch of bums. And I just showed y'all that Devin Haney really didn't beat no champions. If you look at the actual amount of years and time that they put into boxing, if you look at the actual record, Terrance Crawford won a championship at the same time Devin Haney won a championship. So I already explained that, y'all. So I don't think it's nothing more for me to explain, right? So there you have it, man. Terrance Crawford pretty much did the same thing. I think their records is pretty much similar. I wouldn't say it's identical. I would say that their records are similar if you compare Terrance Crawford in his 5-year career, because that's what he's doing. Terrance Crawford was only been boxing for 5 years when he was 26. And if you compare Devin Haney in his first 5 years in his career, Devin Haney only won maybe like 1 or 2 vacant titles. And he defended the WBC title. Terrance Crawford won like 2 vacant titles, and he defended the WBO title until he went to super lightweight. Not identical, but pretty much the same in status. And why they getting these, and pretty much they were fighting the same level of competition at the time. Now, the whole myth of Terrance Crawford having some type of big machine behind him, I already can basically get Bob. I mean, there's already several reports where Bob Arum pretty much said he didn't want Pacquiao to fight Terrance Crawford because he knew it would be bad for Pacquiao. Which lets you know that Bob Arum had Pacquiao career in mind versus putting him against Terrance Crawford, which means that Terrance Crawford didn't have the entire machine behind him. Because Bob Arum have other boxers that he have to cater to. Whereas Devin Haney, he had his own promotional company that is basically being managed by his father. And Devin Haney is the only boxer in there. So Devin Haney has the full attention of the entire company. He don't have nobody to compete with. These are just facts, man. I hate to bring up facts. It seems like people hate facts, but these are just the facts. So I hate that this is another hour video. You know, I try to make them shorter, but I have to break this stuff down so you guys can understand this crap. You see how this video is only like 10 minutes? Yeah, because there is no details in this video. You can't put no details in the video. You know why? Because you have to explain everything I just explained about it. And if he explained everything I just explained about it, everybody that's looking at the video will be like, well, that's bullshit, because you're comparing somebody's 10-year career versus somebody's 5-year career. And then when you look at it, if you compare his career when he was doing 5 years in his career versus what this guy was doing 5 years in his career, they doing something very similar, which makes sense. But hey, man, you can't make this crap up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of here. This is Rez Joe Boxing, man, 23. We up out of here, man. Again, I hope you guys enjoy yourself. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And yeah, don't let these guys basically trick y'all into believing some of this nonsense, man. We out. Peace.